Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back now with our next set between Gas Plus Night Eagles, of course, and
the PvP Super Fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And PvP actually made it to the Season 1 season finals that took place at the OGN studio in Seoul, Korea. That was a lot of fun. Their production crew is great to work with.
Yeah,
to be honest.
yeah.
And of course, it was also really nice to see Batman in his booth dancing, wasn't it?
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
yeah, he's just getting up. He's like, yeah, keep it going. You know, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And
Yeah, but right now, PvP is really they trying to rescue themselves from the Gold Series because if they stand on the number 7, they gonna be kicked out from the Gold Series.
oh yeah.
Yeah, but no, however, today they gonna versus a Night Eagle. So do you think the Night Eagle gonna have the first matchup today?
That's a good question. I mean, we've seen a lot of play from these guys. We've speculated previously before that they try to change their strategies every week to make them less predictable, to make people think, okay, well, you can't know what we're going to do next week, that kind of thing. But we already see one AMX 1390 coming out from them. It's going to be 4 AMX 1390s and an AMX 50 coming out of PvP Super Friends. T69, T32 will be joining 3 AMX
Wow.
1390s.
5 auto loader.
Seems like
Alright.
it's gonna be a rush or something.
All right, so what does the T32 have as an autoloader tank? Is it a 90 millimeter?
T32?
Yeah, you said it's an
It's
autoloader.
105.
105?
Yeah, it's
And that-
105.
It's an autoloader?
No, T32 is
Oh!
There's
Oh.
T69.
Oh.
Okay, T69 is an autoloader with a 90mm gun.
Well, you said 5 autoloaders. I was so confused there.
It was
I mean a PvP.
PvP, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like they changed their setup. Okay, so they confused all of us there.
Yeah, normally the T32 gonna use the 105, but last time I see the Elon's team, they use a 90mm gun.
Really?
Yeah, because 90mm is more accuracy and that higher penetration.
How about the BPM?
And also better than 105.
Really?
Yeah, but the alpha is lower, so yeah. You're
Not
gonna
good for
you're gonna play like pickup style 105 is better, but if you're gonna rush and you're gonna do it's better. Very intense close combat. 90mm is better.
Okay, well, here we are, game number 1. It's gonna be on mines, just like in the previous set. And spawning to the north, it is PvP Super Friends, and to the south, it's gonna be Gas
Okay.
Plus Night Eagles. Is there a
but let's
disconnect?
stop here. Okay, wrong tank.
They said it looks like we have a call from
Wrong tank?
the players saying that they chose the wrong
We
tanks.
choose the wrong tank.
Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to bring the screen back to us and get everyone back to the garage in
Okay.
game.
Someone choose the
But,
wrong tank.
Yeah, I
But
think
they
so.
don't even know that. Okay.
It's a little bit weird, but I mean, obviously, they have to message the moderators in each
Yeah.
game and tell them,
Yeah, but
okay, we're gonna choose
it's
this
the
tank.
first time they want to rematch because they choose the wrong tank.
It's gonna be the first time that's happened. I mean,
It
there
was
was,
quite weird. I think.
yeah, but I mean, like, there was another time where one of the TESL observers actually joined the game as a T1 Cunningham, if you guys remember that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, it was kind of something we did wrong on our
Okay.
part.
Okay.
But question is, how long is it gonna take us to get this next game underway?
Maybe 2 minutes, I think.
All right. Do you
Yeah.
guys feel like what could come from Gash Plus Night Eagles, or do you think they're gonna have what it takes to pull out at least one win in this best of 5?
I'm not sure because on last week they always rush. Even they got a chance to draw. If, at least if you cannot win, take a draw. That's okay. You still have a chance to win the matchup. But on last week, I didn't see they have any desire of winning. Yeah, always rush, over.
Well, I mean, I guess this is kind of one of those moments where we just sit here, wait, twiddle our thumbs. But it looks like we're just about ready to go in the in-game lobby. We're just waiting for one last member of Gash Plus to join. And it looks like there we are. He is in the game. Now, we've got 2 T32s. It's going to be for PvP Super Friends. And T32 and T69 and 3 AMX
Okay,
1390s coming out from Gas Plus Night Eagles. Two AMX 1390s and an AMX 50 from PvP Super Friends, as you guys can see. And both teams chose T1 Cunninghams, as you can plainly tell. I mean, that's basically the standard, but... All right.
Sometimes they use... Wait a minute. I believe I see one game. I'm not sure if it's in WGL. One team chooses not 2 T1s, but 1 T1 and 1 T2. And with and then not 5 tier 8 tanks, but 1 tier 7 tank. Yeah, no, but what game was that? Was it in WGL?
Possible, but it might be before, you know. On the mines, maybe 1 year ago, people still use the SPG. I mean artillery. But
Okay.
you know, after the artillery nerf, no one used the artillery anymore because of maybe 1 year ago, we saw every team use the up to 261 or the batch of 155 58. You know, I mean the two tier A SPG. You know, but right now no one uses SPG anymore.
It seems a little bit strange. Neither side has actually opted rather for the center of the hill, so no one's actually rushed into it just yet. But just as I say that, look at the minimap.
Wow.
Who is it? Who is he? Can we get the free cam going?
It's Hydrex rushing into the hell.
Yeah, but the Naigo rushed to their back. I mean, to PvP's back.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, the position is nice.
Yeah, and N60's taking a good chunk of damage in the back behind
nice.
us. Batman's getting some damage done to Cat Chen.
Yeah, they got really nice chance to win right now.
Right, and here we go. Totally surrounded it is from PvP Super Friends. 796 off of Tedamaru. 1030 and he's out. Now look at 554 off of Hank's OAO.
Wow.
1014 off of Antare, and boom, he's out. He is down and out of this game. He's next on the hit list. AMX 1390 versus AMX 1390.
Yeah.
Oh,
so KSBB is reloading.
Both of them reloading? Both of them reloading?
Oh, okay, he's reloading.
Well, that...
Oh, he cannot go down from there. He cannot stick there. Oh, no. Okay, he's down.
Maybe not.
Because you cannot go down there. You cannot stick there.
He's waiting for himself to finish reloading. He can do that before CKSBB, assuming
Yeah.
they're both in the same tank. But this is a dire position kind of from both sides, as you can see. Much more so critical for PvP Super Friends than for Night Eagles. Of course, they are on the reload. Hyperrex reloaded. CKSBB not quite there yet, but he looks like he'll get there just in the nick of time. 725 off of.
Yeah, I think the Naigo gonna take this one.
That red AMX 1590. T1 Cunningham, if the T1 Cunningham could get that kill, he just fell. He killed himself. Oh, man. It's not a good day to be Hydro Rex. That was a little bit humiliating, if you will. But Little Mac's going to take what shots he can.
Wow.
And deal them out at the enemy team. But 1,021 damage from 4 different targets shooting at him at the same time. I feel like he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. 254, final shot misses. And he says, if you guys want dinner, you're going to have to come and get it. T1 Cunningham. T1 Cunningham followed by No Jojo.
Yeah, it's a nice start, I think. Finally, Naigo got a really nice win.
Yeah, that was... I mean, that kind of was an upset. But, I mean, I feel like let's take this into analysis for just a minute. It was just a little bit confusing. But we'll be back in just a few minutes, guys, with game number 2 and post-game analysis. All right, guys, back with game number 2 on Cliff. Now, I do want to go ahead and highlight that, well, I mean, this is kind of a self-plug-in, if you will. I've unlocked the AMX 1375.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Unfortunately, well, I made the mistake of buying the cannon first, but then I realized, oh no, the track, I forgot to upgrade the track.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so it's too heavy for you to load it on.
Right, so I wasted some credits there, but I mean, with good time, I'll be able to get the new tracks, and then hopefully I'll be able to use the scrub rubber, if you will. It was a joke, but maybe I'll be able to get some big tank kills, if you will. But it feels a lot better than the AMX 12T, and
Yeah.
can't wait to start playing some. I guess you could say meta mode, 742, if you will.
Yeah, but you know, the MS12, I think is better, or I mean, it's easier to play compared to MS 1375.
Well, yeah, I mean,
the gun is the same, you know, but you gonna go to the tier 10.
yeah.
I mean, you're gonna
yeah.
join the tier 10 world, but MS12 you always stay on tier 8.
I gotta tell you, the most annoying thing is when you're shooting at the rear of a tank and it's at 1%, 1% of HP, and then all 6 of the shots you fire from the AMX 1375 do not penetrate
Yeah.
the tank. When you're shooting at the rear of all places.
Because the penetration only 1/4.
Yeah.
It's quite low, but that German U1 shooter, you know, his back armor is 200 millimeter. So how do we penetrate, you know?
Right. And we're talking, I mean, I'm talking about, what is it? Oh, yeah. We're talking about a tier 7 tank versus a tier 8, the IS-6. And I'm just thinking to myself, how bad can my luck be?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like you got to rock.
IS-6 is a very bouncy tank.
Oh, yeah.
It's a really nice thing.
Never had it
And-
myself.
Yeah, and you can take it by gold, so
Yeah,
you
I
don't
have
have
it.
to.
It's fun.
Spying to the north, it's PvP Super Friends, and to the south, up 1 point over there, veteran opponents, it is Gash plus Night Eagles.
Okay.
Okay.
The defensive position, you know, because of if the Night Eagle, they just hold here. I will just wonder how PvP can win this one. Because of Night Eagle already got 1 point.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, they can camp here.
Well,
Oh,
here we are.
okay.
Tedamaru actually rushing up the center. I wouldn't say
Yeah,
center hill
yeah,
there.
they're gonna uphill again.
Yeah, the vision is going to be quintessential here.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go ahead and
Wait a minute. Did he just rush there by himself?
I believe so.
Ah, so you don't need to
Yeah.
push.
No one
Indeed.
need push. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, maybe by take time.
Yeah, that's
hard to up. Yeah.
Now let's see just how this pans out. I mean, like, he's up the hill. He's going to have vision of a majority of the team. And it looks like we've got PvP Superfriends repositioning a majority of their own team to actually get an adequate, I guess you could say, concave or surround on Night Eagles. And what I like about that is they're just going to be able to eventually and gradually push into them. But wait a minute, as we do have something a little bit strange coming out of here, coming out at the G4 position, if you will. Yeah, Milk Tea spots a Nuto. But
maybe T69 on the best.
that's a slightly awkward position, but I mean, it's nothing too terrible here at the moment. Okay. So thus far, neither side really willing to budge. This isn't a position that we see both sides in all that often on Cliffs, to be perfectly honest with you guys. But I mean, we'll just have to see how things pan out in the near future. I mean, that game on Cliffs between Aces and Numb, that was really something else. But
Yeah.
here we are.
Let's put Cash Pass Nigel they want. They just want to defend there and they're waiting for your coming. The Batman see the CKSPP or not?
Shout out to Bandito Jr. in chat. The Rock of Tanks. Can you smell what Breaker is cooking? What? I'm not sure what that is all about. Well, ooh, Milk Tea gets knocked out and it's T1 Cunningham. That's less vision that Night Eagles is going to have. Also, a little bit less likelihood to actually help them get a capture.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Because the Temaru is here, so they know. I mean, the PV know. You only have 4 tanks here. Maybe they're gonna do something.
Well.
Or just let Knight go get 1 point.
I mean, maybe PvP is actually in a position where they actually can't do anything about this map, particularly speaking. Maybe they realize, okay, well, we don't feel comfortable about rushing in there, and at the same time, Night Eagle says, okay, we're not comfortable about rushing out there, but I think we see some kind of a regroup happening here. Look at the northeast quadrant of the map.
Yeah. Maybe they're gonna flank him from the north and they shoot him the N60 there.
I like that decision.
Oh,
Tadamaru gets a nice hit there for 246. No connecting secondary shot on CKSBB.
Yeah, I'm still wondering why CKSBB is on that position. Yeah, he was on their base.
Yeah, because of he may be afraid about
the
capture. If someone captured, how do they rescue the base?
Okay.
Here comes the surround. PvP Super Friends is going to flip game number 1. Going to use the trump card that Night Eagles used in game number 1 here. In game number 2, it's just about to happen. They're all piling up, getting closer and closer to the E3 quadrant of the map.
Yeah, but the secret PB is there, so it's really dangerous for PvP right now.
I know. You mean for Gash plus Night Eagles?
Yeah, no, for PvP it's dangerous right now.
Oh,
PvP
yeah.
is dangerous.
Okay, Batman rushing in, 472 off of him. He does pick up the T1 Cunningham, but that's not quite worth it. 962 off of his own hull. 513 off of Cat Shen. 239 off of Tadamaru. 769 on Cat Shen. Bounce off of No Jojo. 490 off of N60. And Hydra Rex is going to try and come in here and continue firing away. Does get the kill on the N60. 459 off of the hull off of Hydra Rex. 269 off of Ventari. 272. 464. It's going to be Cat Shen. 530. No Jojo.
Wow.
And Antare is out of the game. It looks like PvP Super Friends is beginning to have the beginning of a turnaround. 221 off of Little Mac. He's going to continue to focus fire on his target. He does take it out of the game, and Little Mac himself is a bit stuck for the time being. 235 off of his own hold. And Tadamaru is just continuing to play snipes on top of that hill. Little Mac out of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
And the CK is being run away right now.
You can see plainly here that the turret depression is working against Tadamaru. 480, 717, and Tadamaru gets the finishing blow.
Yeah, wow.
CKSBB.
Leaving Neo Jojo alone over there, I don't think that's the best decision to do.
Nice vision work from Nanuto. He actually got another shot to connect onto CKSBB from really far away. Bouncing or non-penetrating shot, if you will. And
Can he kill the Batman first?
Yeah.
If he can kill the Batman, he can attack the drone, Because
he
another
can.
one is reloading.
This is that
wow, he
nice.
made it! Wow!
Is there going to be any connecting fire coming from the enemy team? It looks like no.
It's
Wow!
Wow.
Clutch moment of the game.
Because the Hydra Race is reloading, so the Batman is the only chance.
I just wanted to point out that just as that game was at the last second, as it was at 0, we saw one more shot connect
From
with,
the heel side, right?
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, when it was at 0, 0, 0, 0, when you looked at me, there was actually one more shot that happened there, and it took 242 damage off of him, but it wasn't enough to take him out of the game.
Okay.
So according to the Wargaming League rules, this is a draw game.
Yeah, it's
and
a
Night
draw game.
Eagles bring the score to 2-1.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. We're going to take it to a short break, guys. We'll be back with game number 3 in just about 3 minutes. All right, guys, so this is game number 3, and it could potentially be the final game, depending on how Gas Plus Night Eagles plays out.
Okay, that's
On steps.
Oh, okay. The Night Eagle is on the south. Okay. On the south side, that compared to the north side, is much harder to defend. So if a Night Eagle, they want to find a position and stick together, it's quite hard here, on the south. If they are on the north side, it's quite easy, The map is not that balanced, so a lot of teams, they don't want to play on the step.
I mean, I could certainly see why that happens. It's kind of like Himmelsdorf, in my opinion, except, how do I say this? Like, there's a lot of cover, but at the same time, there's a lot of wide open areas, and it can be very difficult to get back from one capture point to the other safely. On top of that, I mean, this isn't where you would typically see a bunch of Amex 1390s, but just as I say that, we've got 4 T32s coming out from Gas Plus and a T69. Well, we have 3 Amex 1390s and a T69 and a T32 coming out from PvP Super Friends. So we can certainly see just what it is that Gas Plus is thinking. They're thinking, okay, we're gonna go not too far from home. We're gonna camp. And we are going to give the other team just hellfire with their tanks. 4 heavies.
Yeah,
Five heavies.
We got 4 heavy tankers, 1 is
That's right.
yeah, really nice setup for defense. Okay, they're gonna camp on the southwest. So there's a high hill. They're gonna use the T-32 to defend. Okay. Do you think the Night Eagle gonna have the first matchup?
Oh yeah, they haven't win the matchup yet.
Yeah, if they win the first matchup, I have to say that the PvP might be the number 7 on the season. So they gonna stand on the silver next season. So it's really critical right now for PvP. They have to win this one because of Nvidia team already win.
All right. Well, again, we just have to step back, examine the situation, and see how both sides play their cards. As you can see, Gas Plus Night Eagles at the south position are baiting out their own capture zone. They know they're just going to let the enemy team try and hop into it, and they're like, we're going to let you guys have it. It's in the wide open area anyway. But nice spot there from Batman, and nice light up onto the enemy team. He does hit No Jojo for a good chunk there. 234 with a follow-up shot from his teammate. No Jojo is actually in a lot of trouble there in that T32. Oh my god, he could actually end up falling pretty soon if he's not careful. Oh, he's out!
Oh my.
Wow, what's going on there? What?
That was... I
Oh,
don't know how to say it.
Yeah, it's a big mistake.
Looking at this from Alpha's observer computer, I think there's a small window there in the bush where he was spottable, if you will.
Yeah. He was spottable, and he didn't stand on the ground and can use his turret.
Yeah.
So he just stand on the high ground, and everybody can penetrate. It's a big mistake there.
267 there, 267 off of Cat Chen. All right.
Yeah. The position of Cat Chen is okay right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going on the Jojo.
Well, thus far, I feel like this is a game that Gas Plus can still win, but they're kind of, if we just look at the position right now with our free cam observer, I feel like if they get totally surrounded, it could end in disaster for them. On top of that, N60 is actually a little bit far out there. If he regroups with his teammates, he'll have better chances of helping them hold. But
okay, they are waiting for the M13 flanking from the line 1.
Adding to that, I mean, well, N60 is in the T69 right now, so I mean, I guess you could say he is their heavy scout, if you will. But now the situation is 4 versus 7, and that means a lot when you do more than just look at the tanks. It's 2 T1 Cunninghams still alive for PvP Super Friends. They can attempt to capture, but that'll deter firepower from the Gas Plus Night Eagles facing off against the PvP Super Friends head on. Bounces thus far, 230 off of Cat Chen.
Wow.
Here we
The
go.
Night Eagle right now almost making no damage.
227 off of Cat Chen, 266, 516. And the next one could be the one that takes him out of the game.
Wow.
Lucky it is. Give it up for Tedamaro for taking him down. Now it's 3 versus 7. 225 off of Hank's OAO. 235, 502. And N60 is out. OUT out of this game. 237, it'll be off of CKSBB. 325 off of Antari. Nice bounces off of CKS, but that third one certainly did not bounce. 269, 516, 760. And in the background, what else is happening? 228 and 816, 1076. Non-penetrate onto OAOA. Excuse me, OAO rather. 976 now, and he's out of the game before his, I guess you could say, doomed teammate there, CKSBB, who now gets a kill, but is totally surrounded. That's not good. Okay.
I think the position is not that good for Night Eagles.
Yeah.
I think it's actually really bad. And PvP just did a very good surround, and there's no cover for Night Eagles.
Yeah, but
It took a lot of coordination.
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah, not only coordination. I think they do not familiar with the map. I think. Because
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is
You-
the
you-
least played map in the
Yeah,
entire
yeah,
WGL.
yeah.
Even last season,
Because
I think we only saw it once or
if
twice.
you're gonna choose a T32, you're gonna use the torrent, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So he don't even use the torrent. He step on the slope,
Yeah, that's true.
show up your whole tank, It's somewhat weird there. Maybe, yeah, the strategy is right. You choose a heavy tank, you're gonna defend, that's okay. But position, they have to
Right.
learn more about that.
And one other thing to throw out there is that PvP Super Friends, as soon as they saw the tanks that were being selected there, they knew exactly what they had to do to get the win.
Yeah.
They knew exactly how to do it, and they just committed to the strategy. They pulled out the win quite successfully, but that brings the score to 2-2, and now we're going to come to the next game after this short break that determines who is going to be the winner of both our teams, or if we're going to see a draw. Hey, Alpha, did you hear about that guy from Sweden who put Taipei Chingchong in his name? All right, guys. So we are back now with the final game of this series, and it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 auto loaders. It'll be from Gas Plus Night Eagles, 2 T69s and 3 AMX 1390s, while we have 2 T32s and 3 AMX 1390s coming out from PvP Super Friends. So I feel like if Gas Plus again plays their cards right, they could put out the win. They could pull out the win here. The question is, what do they focus down first in a head-on fight, Edison? What do you think? What do you think they should do?
I don't know which side they are. But they are north.
Yeah, I mean Gas Plus Night Eagles.
Whatever. Because PvP have 2 pieces. So if you play on the side, I mean the ways of railroad, it's really hard to counter because the T-32 gonna use his torrent, his configuration to kill everyone, you know. So for a Nigo, they have to push side and try to stand on the hill or somewhere, and maybe they have to rescue their best later after, but it's much better than you stand on the middle, to counter the T-32 because they don't have anyone can counter that. And right now, it looks like the Gage Plus gonna do that. So I don't expect the Gage Plus can win this one.
Well, let's see how this goes. All right, they're up the hill. The 3 MX 1390s from PvP Super Friends, and immediately they back down.
Yeah.
And they have a thorough read on just what's happening. They're repositioning themselves to the east hand side of the
the
hill.
railway is really important. So if you can capture that and use the T-32 to capture the middle, okay, T-32 they're gonna show up later.
Exchange of fire just yet, but here we go. It's about to happen. And Tare fires a shot, and it looks like it was a non-pen.
Yeah, no.
267. Rush coming in from Gas Plus. They gotta pull their cards just right. 771 off of Little Mac in his T32. 1035 now as he gets almost totally surrounded, or rather semi-surrounded. And it looks like not before that. CKSBB falls. N60 is gonna continue to run around and fire wildly. His teammate in the background does fall. 232 off of Hank's OAO. 464 off of Antare. And T69s have to do their best to focus down those AMX 1390s. N60 now running for the hills. 217 off of Tedamaru.
Teramaru and Robin, they cannot kill the N60 and they shoot all runs.
Right.
They all of them reloading right now.
Everyone is reloading.
Yeah.
Everyone. And nice shots on a Tedamaru there. He's now, I guess you could say, trying to run for the hills. But nice connections from OAO. He's making every shot hit that he can. And Tare gets taken out of the game. Non-penetrating shot on the Hanks yet again. But I mean, he's almost totally surrounded there. Cat Shen, where on earth is he right now is the question to be asked. He's in the AMX 1390 trying to take shots behind that rock, but it's just not quite panning out. 249 off of him, 261 off of Hydro Rex. And they break away. So in this situation, it's I kind of want to say it's 2 versus 4, but that's just not too good for Gas Plus right now. 462, and there we go. He's out of the game. I wanted to say it was 2 versus 4, but now it's 1 versus 4 because T1 Cunninghams can't do damage to AMX 1390s.
Yeah. In the beginning, I say that because of I think the Nigel do not recognize their tank installation got the big problem. They just want to fight in the T-32 face to face. Okay, they're rushing, that's fine, but if you're rushing, you gotta have to have very, very nice coordination. But on that moment, I didn't see that first. And the second, if you rush, you have to kill the lowest HP, lowest hit point enemy. Yeah, they choose the T-32, 2 T-32 to kill first.
Those are really heavily armored targets.
Yeah, the first you got lower penetration rate. The second they got a lot of hit points, so you have to waste a lot of ammo.
Right, and I mean, like, objectively speaking, when you take the AMX 1390s out of the game first, then they basically don't have any. There's no way they can deal out damage on you.
Yeah,
basically.
First, if you kill the M13, and your enemy only got 2 T-32, They are heavy tank so slow, so maybe you just run away, use an M13, you know, escape everywhere. They cannot catch you, and maybe you got a draw, you know. At least you got a draw, but in a Pokenovka, because it's a wide open map, you might snipe in the T-32, you know, because the camera ratio is totally different. But on the strategy side, they choose a tank. They select the mid tank plus the light tank. That's fine, but maybe you cannot trying to face to face, you know, fighting to the T-32 face to face. Okay, they don't do, even they didn't do that. They're trying to rush. Okay, on the target selection, you have to kill the light tank first, not heavy tank. You know, I don't know why they choose the T-32 first.
I mean, that's basically it in a nutshell. So that brings the end score to 3-2 in favor of PvP Super Friends, and that puts them where with the score right now? I have to stop and think. Was that?
Yeah,
would that
maybe
be third prize? Tied for second?
No.
We'll worry about it after the break, guys.
Okay.